Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey there, welcome to Ask TJ About Marketing. I'm your host, Terry Johnson from Terry Johnson Online. I am a marketing coach, marketing specialist, here to talk about basic marketing questions you may have about running a business, running a brand online, growing online, all of those things that you need to do in order to grow and build your business online. So let's get into it. Let's talk about those basic marketing questions that you may have on your mind and never found the answer or the right answer, or you're just overwhelmed by all the information that's online. Well, never fear. I'm here to help you with that process, and we are going to answer one of those questions today. Are you ready? Let's go. So today's question is, so you have your trademark, you have your logo, you got your business accounts, you got your accountant, you got your bookkeeper, all of that stuff. You've got that. So technically, you're classified on paper as a business owner, but when you're online, when you're on social media, you have a website, no, you are a content creator on a media platform. Now, what does that mean? That's it right there. I don't care what the tool is. If it's going to help me make content faster and do things easier, free up my time so I can work on my business, work on my target audience, work on my messaging, making sure it's on point to bring people in. So it was general stuff before. Now it's specific and targeted. So there are people that don't like that. They're angry. I read the comments. Oh, you're shadow banning us. You're hiding us from our people. Why can't we post and everybody just like our stuff? Because that's the lazy way. It doesn't work that way anymore. It worked that way when Instagram was a new thing, a new shiny toy. Oh, Instagram. You got amazing reach. Same thing with a Facebook page. Oh, you got amazing. It was wonderful. Those days are gone. We're here now. So you are a content creator, and you say, well, Terry, how do you know that? Because Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, says it. Hello, creators. Did he say hello, business owners? Hello, creators. He uses that word in everything when he comes on Instagram, because Instagram cares about creators. They care about business owners, but again, I've said this time and time again, if you classify yourself to Meta, and what was the classification? If you tell them you're a business owner by Instagram for business, a business Facebook page, Instagram puts you over there. You're not a creator. How do I know? Because there's different classifications for Instagram. There is personal. There is professional, which used to be Instagram business. They just changed the name, and creator. So when Adam comes on, he says specifically, hello, creators. I've got an update for you. Hello, creators. You are creator. You have to listen to the messaging. He didn't say business owners, because you guys are supposed to, we're supposed to go to ad manager and run some ads. We'll talk about that in a future post, because it is a good idea to run some ads and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. And we'll get into, the whys, and if you want to do this, if you want. But right now, you're on as a creator because you're creating content. I said this was the year of content. Well, here we are. There's not one algorithm. There are several algorithms. So it is stories, feed, reels, explore. Stories, feed, reels, explore. Feed, he breaks down when you watch the video. Feed has two. So it's actually 6 instead of 4. Because the feed, which is the main, when you go into Instagram and you open it, that's the feed. That's the main feed. There's a button at the top that says following. There's a feed, it says following and something else. And you can, favorites. That's it, favorites. So you can actually switch. Yes, there it is. So when you go into Instagram at the top, there's a little drop down arrow. And when you hit it, it says following, which is you change the feed to see the people that you're only following, not the other posts that Instagram will throw in there thinking that you likes it, because that's one of the things. We try to give you things that you like. And there's favorites. Now, favorites is when you have someone you're following and you really, really, really want to see every post they have and you don't want to miss a thing. So favorites, when you do that, you only see the feed from the people that you favorited, which is a star. And that's like a VIP, very important. I don't want to miss this person's Instagram post because they always have stuff that I want to consume. Does everybody get what it is that his messaging is? And he said it in other videos. So if you look at his Instagram, it will be hello creators or something for creators. He uses that word creators. Never says business only, says creators. So they are doing things for creators. Now, what does all have to do with a business owner? Well, guess what? And we talked about this. You should never come online selling the straight sell. I mean, I don't know how many times we've attacked that issue.
A lot.
Yeah. So, I'm coming on, buy my course, buy my product, buy my this, buy my that. And what do you get? Crickets. Because that's not what it's about.
The crickets don't even want to be there.
So you have to come on here and say, I'm a creator. This is a media platform. What kind of content do I create to get the attention of my target audience? And when you do this, think your ABC, NBC, CNN, whatever channel you want to, Stella Network, BET, whatever you want. That is where we are now.
Yeah.
When you're on Instagram, when on YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever platform you want to use. So you have to start thinking with that in mind, the content that people want to create. So here's an example. NBC has something called Must See TV. Remember that? Must See TV. What was Must See TV? I believe it was Thursday night. I believe it was Cosby. And then Different World.
And Seinfeld was also on that Thursday.
One of those. So that was like their night. I mean, they had other shows where people liked it, but Thursday night was like a must see, which means you must see this. And it was that back then. The Cosby Show came on, it was like, you got to watch it right then. There was no, and this is way before, I'm not sure if they had DVR, cable DVR when Cosby came out.
I don't think they did.
ABC had a night, Friday night. ABC's night was Friday night, and they had a name for it. I can't remember. It was Urkel, Perfect Strangers, a couple other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Another channel was Miami Vice. I can't remember what channel was on. Fox? No, I don't remember what channel was on. But that was another must see. But it all had content that people wanted to watch and did not want to miss. So that's where you are now as a business owner. So you got to find the balance between, I got to run my business, I got to make content. I'm a content creator. I got to run my business. And so this is where AI comes in. This is where short form video, shorts and reels, and so you can make quick content in between the long content. Go ahead.
It was the TGI Friday lineup.
That was it. Yes. I couldn't remember the name, but I knew they had it. So yeah. NBC was Thursday, ABC was Friday. I don't even know what CBS had because they always skew older. They always skewed older. Maybe they had Sunday nights with the news.
It could have been. I'm gonna look that one up too.
Okay, while you do that, but do you get my point? They didn't post. Oh, look, a screenshot of something with some bunnies, because we gotta post content. No, they were like, okay, we needed a show. We need a star-studded show that's gonna this, that, and that. And they had all of the points that they wanted to hit. So this is what you have to do. But guess what? The easiest thing to do is to go by the guidelines. So for Instagram, guess what? We got guidelines. They came out and helped us. They were like, okay, enough of this talk about you can only use less than 5 hashtags. That's not true. You can they let you use up to 30. You have to be specific about your hashtags. You just can't use general hashtags because you're not going to be seen. So things like that, they want to get rid of the misconceptions, because when there's a vacuum, which means no one's talking, other people fill it in. This is with the news, this is with everything. So when there was no talk about the Instagram algorithm, I believe he said they hadn't talked about it in maybe a year or two. You could go to YouTube and there's people filling it in. Oh, the Instagram algorithm does this. And if you want to grow to 100K, do this, do that. They don't know. They're just making content for you to watch YouTube. That's just one example. But now we got a guideline to say, okay, this is what you do on stories. So for example, and I wanted to bring this up. So the stories, reels are meant to entertain. So the Instagram Reels algorithm aims to prioritize entertaining, funny, and inspiring videos. What does that mean? Entertaining, funny, inspiring, and we called it edu-infotainment. We've been talking about this, but now they're letting the cat out of the bag, so to speak, and some people aren't listening because they're angry. If you look at the comments under his video, there are like 3,000 something comments and people are angry. Put it back the way it was. We want chronological feed. We want blah, 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 blah. And Instagram is going, we doing what we doing.
And they doing what they want.
This boat is leaving the dock. Get on it, or you stay on
on the shore.
Stay on the shore. And that's okay. So y'all want to stay on the shore complaining about what you can't get, and oh, it's so hard, and why do we have to do different things for the different feeds and so let them do that. But business owners, we're going to be like, okay, get the pencil and the paper out. Reels, what do you got to do? Entertaining, funny, and inspiring. That doesn't mean, and I always use, the term with the guy with the cymbals and the drum and the horn, and he's doing all this stuff to get your attention.
The one-man show?
The one-man show. That's not what it is. The pointing and the dancing, and I see a lot of people's comments. They don't want to do that. Business owners, they don't want to do that, and you know how to. If you go to TikTok, there are plenty of people that I follow. There's one guy, he talks about Facebook ads. He doesn't do any of that. It's just a shot of him talking. But guess what? I follow him because he gives me information about Facebook ads. Like details, did you know? Daily tip, stuff that I didn't know. This is what's new. This is what's that. He doesn't dance. And he's got engagement from his target audience. The people that are dancing and not finding that it works is because they want everybody. They want, what does Instagram have, over 1 billion? They want all those people. It's not happening.
They're not going to even order a product from you.
No, because one, you're uncomfortable with it because it's not you. Be you. Oh, but it's boring to just sit there and talk. Plenty of people, business owners are making money by making videos where they give out valuable information to their target audience, and they have a system, and they use the call to action to send you to the system, link in bio, and whatever they talked about, boom, it's right there. All you gotta do is click the buy.
Okay,
so go ahead.
So that's the part that I think most business owners now, content creators, don't get. There's 2 parts to you. The content creator is so necessary, or the business owner is not going to have anything to do. If the content creator doesn't do their part, there will be nobody to buy or nobody that is interested.
Well, the car doesn't move if you don't put gas in it.
So the
content is your gas. Right. Content is your gas in your business.
Okay. And see, before, back in the day, you didn't have to do that. McDonald's hired ad agencies to create the content fuel.
Right. Right. And you can, I mean, you know, we still, when you're doing ads, you still have to make content, but the work on that end is less because the tool that you use to make the ad helps you with target audience in this area. They help you with that.
So it's taken it took it away from the big corporations who had all of the people in the back room to do that, where now you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's always been there. It's just now it's more it's more niche, it's more specific, which means more work, which is where you get the complaints from. But if you've been following us and we've been talking about this for a long time, what did I say? When you're getting on to look at content for your business, 15 minutes in the morning, the afternoon, the evening. You don't have to spend all day on because you got other things to do. But you have to follow the right person or the right people who talk about what here it is in 15 minutes. Let me get to what I got to do. What do I need to know? Move on over here. And then I make my content. Now, making content is what? You just pull up your phone now. A YouTube short, pull it up, press the button, record, send it. Instagram Reel, same thing. Facebook short, Facebook Reel, same thing. This is what's getting us caught up in the and there's nothing wrong with this, because this is for long form content. Say on YouTube, you want to have a set, you want to have a thing, you want to have lighting, you want to do, yes. But if you want to get a quick attention, you're going to use your short feature, reel feature, and give them a bite. I call it breadcrumbs. You give them a bite of something that tastes good, and they go, and then you say, oh, you like that, you want more, go here. If you want to, that's when you point to your call to action. That's when you do it.
Though some people may want somebody to do the work so they can just push a button,
and that's called hiring an agency or someone to do that. You don't have to worry about it. That person is going to worry about the algorithm changes today, this week, what's trending. That because you're paying them for that. So again, you're going to either spend your time or spend your money. Time or your money. Now let me mention the Instagram feed, that algorithm. So they're saying that they look at the signals, I think what he called it. So they look at the content, how not you, but the person that's consuming your content, how do they interact with it? Do they like it? Do they comment it? Do they share it? They look at the interaction between that user and you. Has there been DMs? Has there been comments? Has there been shares? How many posts did they like of yours? How many shared? How many did they share? They look at interaction history. They look at, okay, how many times have you and this other account interacted in some form or fashion? Then they have some kind of point system on this. He didn't share that, but this is knowledge to where you need to look at how they interacted with your content. What is the relationship between you and that one person that looked at your comment? Did they look at everything on your profile? Did they look at more than one post? All of those things are in there. So that was with the feed. Reach out to me on your favorite platform. Send me a message, a comment, a DM, however you want to reach me. I will answer your question, and it's not a problem. Let's talk about it some more so that you understand fully the insights, the information, the implications of today's question, so you get the knowledge that you need. Okay, so again, reach me at terryjohnsononline.com/info, Terry Johnson Online everywhere, and let's talk about it. Let's get into that information that you need to know. And you've always wanted to ask a question, and either you couldn't find the correct answer or there's just too much information. Let's face it, there's overwhelm of information online. Okay, so that's it for today's question. I will see you next time.
Yeah.